Wedding plans, football, and even legal drama all in the mix. First up, the moms are running the show for a lavish 3-day Rhode Island wedding, turning it into the ultimate fairy tale extravaganza with flowers, pastel dreams, and spreadsheets that could rival NASA. Then, fans melted watching Taylor sharing a heartwarming moment with her dad after his heart surgery, proving she's as much about family as she is about headlines. The awesome thing she's done amid her romance? Quietly integrating into Travis's world while keeping it classy.
She's gotten girls into the sport and dads and daughters together, which that's one of the coolest things I get when people talk about Taylor and Travis, and hearing from dads or hearing from daughters about that.
And speaking of family, their first engaged Thanksgiving was cozy, intimate, and low-key. Next, Taylor flexed style creds at a Chiefs game day in a nod to Gigi Hadid. Finally, her Eras Tour docuseries hit a legal snag, keeping fans on edge before the December 12th Disney Plus debut.
A Florida poet is actively suing Taylor Swift and trying to stop the release of the End of an Era docuseries. Let's get into this. The woman's name is Kimberly Marasco, and she claims that Taylor Swift stole her lyrics from her poems and used them in her songs.
Looks like Taylor and Travis aren't just planning a wedding, they're plotting a full-on fairy tale takeover of Rhode Island. And honestly, their moms might be the true MVPs of this entire operation. Word is, while the couple keeps quiet and pretends the internet isn't losing its mind daily, Donna Kelce and Andrea Swift are already in full project manager mode, color-coded spreadsheets and all. The moms basically dove into planning like it's the Super Bowl of weddings, stitching together a 3-day celebration because apparently one day just isn't enough when your daughter is Taylor Swift. The vibe they're going for? Slow build romance. Think a cozy welcome gathering with only the inner circle. Like people who have definitely seen each other cry, followed by a send-off brunch that's probably fancier than most people's actual weddings. And forget stadium crowds and camera lenses 5 inches from their faces. Nope, they want soft, private, serene, which is hilarious, considering the entire planet will still be refreshing social media for blurry drone shots. The venue is reportedly a massive Rhode Island mansion perched on a hill in Watch Hill. You know, the one that already looks like it's been waiting to host a Nicholas Sparks finale. Except now, it's getting a makeover so intense it might as well be auditioning for a home reno show. There's talk of pastel orchids, peonies, hydrangeas, floral arches, floral walls, floral everything. One insider even spilled that Taylor has always dreamed of being surrounded by so many flowers, it feels like she's marrying in a botanical fever dream, and honestly, same. And the price tag? Buckle up. Apparently they're dropping around $750,000 on flowers alone. Flowers. That's more than most people spend on houses. Add in $1.2 million for landscaping. Yes, landscaping. And extra gardeners and security to keep everything under wraps. And suddenly this wedding weekend is turning into its own small economy.
You know, I'm so excited about it. I'm just like, I know it's going to be fun to plan. Because I think the only stressful weddings are the ones where you have a small amount and people are on the bubble.
It's huge.
Right as all that floral chaos is unfolding, Taylor's having a whole different kind of wholesome moment, dancing with her dad at Arrowhead like it's the world's cutest halftime show. Fans practically melted into their phones when they spotted Scott Swift looking healthier and happier than ever just months after his heart surgery. One second, Taylor is holding onto his shoulders and moving with him. The next, she's hopping over to hug someone like she's speedrunning a family reunion. Meanwhile, Chiefs fans are trying to watch the game. Swifties are zooming in like FBI agents, and the internet is already declaring Scott indestructible. The man survived quintuple bypass surgery, and now he's celebrating a 23-20 Chiefs win like his heart didn't just go through the equivalent of a full engine rebuild. Social media has jokes for days. Some fans swore he's operating at 313%. Others claimed nothing, not even surgery, can stop him from cheering on his favorite child. And honestly, the man does look like he could bench press a stress test at this point. Fans also couldn't help teasing Taylor, begging her to take it easy on him because she's bouncing around with that stadium energy while he's just trying to vibe and stay alive. Someone else compared him to the Navy running the guitar pick industry. Whatever that means, it sounds chaotic and fitting. Even though the cameras didn't show them during the broadcast, the father-daughter duo were in the usual suite, keeping it low-key as Taylor Swift can be in a stadium filled with 70,000 people and 40 million live-stream detectives. She reportedly tried to tone down her presence recently because the spotlight was getting a little too much, which is ironic, considering she sneezes and it trends in 6 countries. And right on cue, the universe decides to toss in another Swift Kelce storyline that has everyone feeling soft and mildly emotional. This time, it's not about flowers, football suites, or moms wielding clipboards. It's about Taylor accidentally becoming the unofficial ambassador for daddy-daughter bonding in America. Yep, while she's busy cheering for Travis, she's also triggering a whole wave of little girls suddenly figuring out what a tight end actually does. And the person hyping her up the loudest? Her future brother-in-law, who basically can't help bragging about the adorable side effect this romance created. He's been pointing out how wild it is that Taylor just showed up to some football games and unintentionally jump-started a national family pastime reboot. Suddenly, dads are sitting on couches trying to explain flags and downs without sounding confused themselves, and daughters are nodding like, yeah, but where's Taylor's sweet camera? It's becoming a whole cultural moment, one that even longtime fans weren't ready for.
I think also, you just mentioned Taylor and how much she's gotten girls into the sport and dads and daughters together, which that's one of the coolest things I get when people talk about Taylor and Travis and hearing from dads or hearing from daughters about that. It's an awesome thing.
Like those little girls that maybe didn't have an interest in football and then sit down because it's her, like that, the commercials and the different like little videos that you see that now all of a sudden the dads have a bond with their daughter over her, like is so special. Like Taylor's impact cannot be overlooked.
Apparently, before Travis entered the chat, Taylor grew up deep in Eagles territory, so her switching teams after decades of loyalty is practically sports blasphemy, but everyone silently agreed to let it slide because the content is just too good. And as young girls started tuning in to spot her outfits or catch a glimpse of her singing along to the stadium playlist, something hilarious happened. They accidentally learned football, like full-on rules, strategy, penalties, the stuff even grown adults pretend to understand. And honestly, the ripple effect of Taylor turning dads and daughters into accidental football nerds segues perfectly into the next level of Swift Kelce domestic domination. Their first holiday season as an engaged couple. While everyone else was arguing over stuffing recipes and who gets the wishbone, Taylor and Travis quietly carved out their own private Thanksgiving bubble, keeping it intimate, family-focused, and zero viral chaos, though insiders say Taylor definitely made sure her Nashville home looked cozy but chic enough for a Swift-era photo op. Meanwhile, Travis had one non-negotiable commitment, the football field, because nothing says romance like balancing engagement bliss with tight end duties. Kelce's away game at AT&T Stadium against the Cowboys meant Taylor was juggling the classic engaged life dilemma: show up and risk chaos, or let him crush it solo while keeping a low profile. Apparently, she skipped away games this season for security reasons, proving she can multitask like a pro, cheering for her fiancé, dodging paparazzi, and secretly studying football stats without missing a beat. Sources say this year's holidays are relaxed and family-centric, with both families getting equal FaceTime, which is impressive when you consider the scheduling gymnastics required for 2 megawatt households. Insiders add that Taylor's fully integrated into Travis's family dynamic, and vice versa. Donna Kelce gets her frequent fangirl check-ins, and Taylor is reportedly obsessed with how family-oriented Travis is. And speaking of balancing engagement bliss with football season chaos, Taylor Swift decided to make her return to Arrowhead Stadium a whole fashion statement, because why just cheer when you can also flex your style cred? Swift popped into Travis's November 23rd game like a stealthy hype squad, staying low-key in a private suite while jumping up and down like someone just announced free pizza in the nosebleeds. But of course she wasn't just vibing, she was rocking a cashmere sweater from her close friend Gigi Hadid's brand, Guest in Residence, which somehow manages to be comfy chic and very subtly scream, "I'm here to support my fiancé," and look flawless doing it. Bonus points, the sweater features nods to Chiefs red and gold because subtlety is for other people. Signature red lip? Check. Gold bracelets? Check. Engagement ring glowing like a tiny sun? Double check. Fans were quick to notice, naturally. Even in a season where she's been keeping a low profile at games, Taylor's presence instantly elevates everything from Fun Sunday to national event status. Insiders point out that her timing couldn't have been better. The Chiefs were scrambling to make playoffs, fighting for every yard, and here's Taylor basically channeling her inner Lucky Charm while quietly absorbing the stadium energy. Eric Jones, one of Travis's friends, even captured glimpses of her in Instagram stories, giving Swifties just enough to scream into their devices without completely compromising her vibe. And while Taylor's turning Arrowhead Stadium into her personal hype runway, life off the field decided to throw her a curveball because, of course, it wouldn't be a Swift year without some drama. Her Disney Plus docuseries, The End of an Era, suddenly hit a legal speed bump. Some Florida-based visual artist claims Taylor swiped her poetry for multiple albums, from Lover to Midnights, and now wants to block the whole December 12th release. It's basically a freeze everything, don't let the world see Taylor being Taylor vibe. The judge in question is a familiar face for Swift's legal team. She handled the artist's previous lawsuits, both of which got tossed. The new claim insists that releasing the doc before court approval would cause irreparable harm, whatever that means in legal speak, but insiders are rolling their eyes. Apparently, Taylor's lawyers are fully ready to demolish the case, calling it absurd, pointing out that things like love or fire aren't exactly up for copyright ownership. Basically, the plaintiff is trying to copyright feelings, and Taylor's team is having none of it. Disney Plus is staying mum for now, which just adds to the tension. Meanwhile, Travis is somewhere on the sidelines, probably muttering under his breath about how he can bench press a football, but can't bench press legal chaos. Fans are keeping their popcorn close because the idea of the world's most anticipated docuseries being delayed over poetry allegations, that's next-level chaotic energy. Sources say insiders are betting this one's more smoke than fire. The injunction is likely to fail, and the doc is still expected to drop on schedule. Taylor's perfect Chiefs game day energy collides with courtroom drama. Her wedding plans are still blooming like a $750,000 floral extravaganza. And Travis is just trying to survive football season and a potential copyright meltdown at the same time. In other words, Taylor Swift's life continues to be a masterclass in juggling megawatt romance, fashion, fandom, and now legal theatrics, all without breaking a sweat. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.